Good afternoon, everyone. I've come out to do a video. What's happening? It's starting to rain. Alright. And if I don't do this video soon, I'm sure I'll forget about the topic. So, because it's raining, I don't know. I'll try and do it here, but I'm sure music's gonna come sooner or later. Well, actually, I was chatting to Joveline. I were actually, as I remember, now I'd have to recap, and like I said, because it's raining now and there's all the noise, it's hard to really think what I want to actually chat about. I know exactly now what I want to chat about. You know, a lot of killings, and you know, I was chatting to Joveline, and Joveline used to work in Manila. She worked in Manila for 6 years, you know, quite a long time back. And in fact, I was actually chatting to Joveline online when she actually worked in Manila. So what was it? Maybe 7 or 8 years back. She worked there for 6 years. So you're talking about 12 years ago, 13 years ago. She was working in Manila. And she used to go home, she worked in a cafe, and when she used to go home at night, what happened was, she'd got about half a mile, about half a kilometre, maybe a little bit more than half a kilometre, to walk to her digs, to her boarding house. Now, where she used to walk, she was quite scared, she feared, you know, can't think of the word, Philippines. Anyway, she was scared to walk at night, it was dark. And the stretch of road where she used to walk, what happened with the stretch of road where she used to walk? Well, what happened was, when she used to walk from work at night from this cafe, she used to walk on a stretch of road. Now there were lights on this road. Oh. So what used to happen on this road? I think it's chicken. Just looking what this lorry is. So what actually used to happen on this road was they put the light bulbs in the lights, you know, in the lights at night. So there'd be lights in the road would be lit up. They put the light bulbs in, and then someone had come along, boof, boof. They smash all the lights on this long stretch of road in Manila. And it was quite a dangerous stretch of road, this. Have we stopped raining? There's no music, so we're safe to chat. So it stopped raining. Oh, it hasn't, but it should be okay. So what happened is, they used to shoot the lights out. And Joveline, she used to be really scared to walk on this stretch of road. And the guys in her work, you know, in the cafe, they used to say, Jov, or Jov, are you not scared to walk? You're quite a brave girl to walk back to your digs at night, to your... Can't think of the name, just a moment. I need to actually walk. Boarding house. So, you know, you're quite brave to walk to your boarding house at night. Because it was late at night and a lot of people get murdered. And what Joveline used to do, she used to actually walk down the middle of the road. So this is in Manila, don't forget. We're actually in Concilian here. So, you know, she used to walk down the middle of the road because she was scared. You know, she was really scared. And what used to happen on this stretch of road, the reason boof, they used to shoot the lights out, is because there are a lot of killings. And these killings, I don't know what dog's running, she keeps running there, look. So somebody's getting the food, and I can hear music now, so let me try and move out to where this music. So she walked down this road, and people and the French say, wow, you're really brave to walk down this stretch of road, because they knew there were always murders. And what they used to do is, they used to kill young girls or odd guy, right? And they used to put tape around the face, and then they'd dump them. So you'd get a body what were dumped in the grass where Joveline used to walk. And she used to be that scared. She used to walk in the middle of the road, so she'd got that side of the road and that side of the road to see if anybody, were basically did there, and then she'd got a chance to basically run or whatever. So, that's what she used to do. And it was notorious for dead bodies. Now, we're in the plaza. Good afternoon. So we were in the plaza, and Joveline's she's on Facebook, and she says, "Oh, there's a dead body here. There's a dead body here in Back College City." And same thing. I don't know if it were a guy, it were a boy, a man. It were a man, a guy. Same thing. Tape around. So they'd murdered the guy and they'd put tape around. And I had to look on Facebook to see if I could find any info, and I found quite a few different killings around Negros Island, and it said they were drug related, but that's not always so, is it? They kill you, cut you up, take your organs. There's a lot of reasons why they actually murder you here in the Philippines. So, it's a bit crazy really. So that's what she used to do. And like I said, her friends used to say to her, you must be brave to walk down there at night, because of dead bodies what were dumped there. And the reason they were shooting the lamps are to the street lamps, is so they could dump dead bodies there. A tricycle or whatever would pull up, dead body out. And this is in Manila, don't forget this is in Manila. And same thing in Back College City happened. And I saw this dead body on Facebook, and it was same, poor guy, somebody murdered. And I thought, well, why is it? Here in Philippines, it took a little bit of sinking in. I thought, well, why is it? I had to work this one out. They're killing people, they're murdering young girls, they're raping them. There's some strange things goes off here in Philippines. And there's things here in Philippines I know about, and I will not chat about it. So I will not chat about it. But I had to work it out for, why are they actually killing these young girls or guys? Why are they actually taping round? And, I thought, I wonder if that's how they're killing them. Because it's not so easy to kill. Yeah, if you've got a gun bang, you can easily kill someone. If you've got a knife, it's a little bit harder to kill someone, especially here in the Philippines, because quite a few guys, they know a screamer and they know a knife, right? So they know a knife and they practice. So you'd have to go to a young girl, wouldn't you, easy to kill. It's like a coward thing. It's just a nasty way to kill people. All around face. I thought, I wonder if they're suffocating these young girls. Because otherwise, why would you do that? I've always known people to get murdered. They normally get shot or stabbed, or it's an iron bar. It's that type of thing. And for them to tape the face like that, it could be that there's just a lot of sex offenders here. There's a lot of sex offenders here, and there's a lot of perverts here. And the willingness to kill you is different. I'm sure it goes off in England too, this guy's. And I'm even sure right about now, don't know why these guys speed. I'm actually sure. Right, I should be able to walk now. There's no music. So I'm actually sure this goes off in England, but you're just not finding bodies. because any one time you get murders. In America, there's about 50 serial killers that's murdering. So now in America, there'll be at least 50 serial killers what are going out there and killing people. Mostly young women or women. Well, why women? They're easy, aren't they? You know, it's harder to kill a man. A man's a strong, you know, a man's strong and he don't feel like a woman fears. You know, so easy targets. No, I don't know who that big dog is. I can see. I have to cut this in a bit because there's a load of guys coming down at back of me and they'll start yapping. I've lost my temper once today and I have got a bad temper. I haven't got a bad temper. You know, after so long, you know, everybody's got a bad temper. So I've just got a normal bad temper like everyone else. I'm not somebody what walks about all day with a bad temper. When people keep pushing and pushing, we've all got bad tempers. But I ain't really got a bad temper. So, but you know what I'm saying. So that's what I actually thought. You know, all these killings what's going off, and they're there. I'll cut this. But like I said, there's a lot of things. Let me see where that tricycle's going. I'll let this tricycle pass first. There's just a lot of things I won't talk about here in the Philippines. And, you know, and it's not just Philippines, it's world over. I'm sure we've got a serial killer now in England, right? That's actually killing people. But they just aren't being caught. But I know for sure there will be one. Because we have always got one serial killer, right? But it might take 5, 10 years, or they never get caught. Hello? I know all these are coming here. Oh, they're not too bad. These are not too bad, these guys who are coming. See, it's normally older ones. I'm just looking at...
What's up?
Not a lot, I'm doing a video. So chat. So I'll let you go. So these guys are okay, it's older ones. And that same, who are the most dangerous men? Normally boys, in my experience, boys between 18, maybe a little bit younger, up to about 25, 35, you know, because I suppose I was same, you know, a bit of a... I've never been a bully, but, you know, we all like show off when we're kids, don't we? And we all, you know, we rebel, everyone rebels. And so did I. It got me in a lot of trouble, and I've been in a lot of bad places. But, you know, easily led as well, very easily led. And if, you know, that's it with people today as well, you know, like kids and that. And it's same with murders. You know, a lot of people that are doing these murders, they sometimes have accomplice. And that accomplice, you know, he gets roped in. So now he goes to prison, or he gets hanged, or he gets shot. Or family come for him and family kill him here in Philippines. And, or wherever he is, you know. So if you're easily led and you don't really think, you know, you can have a friend, can't you? So you've got a good friend and you think the guy's a really good guy. Maybe he did something for you. Maybe one day, you know, you got 2 or 3 kids beating you up and this one guy stuck up for you, and then now you think this guy's a good guy and he isn't. And it turns out years after, when you actually get wiser and you learn, but that guy's a scumbag and he's not a good guy and he's a user. But because you are basically innocent, so to speak, and you don't think like that. You're not a user type of a person. It can take years and years before you actually learn. And even though you get warned, keep away from that guy, keep away from that girl, you know, you might be warned, but you sort of think, well, you know, what do they know? And it's them what are basically a lot of time are correct. Or, you know, you're a good guy or you're a good girl, and you always see a nice girl or a nice guy walking down the road, and you say hi, hello, and you chat to him, you know, and you're friendly to these people. And then one day, you know, that girl's walking down the road and she sees you, she crosses over. You go to say hi, hello, smile, she crosses over you, and you just think, oh, you know. And then next day, same thing happens. Whenever you see that girl or you see that guy, they cross over. And you think, oh, that's a bit strange. That's happened to me a lot of times, especially with girls. You know, they've been very, very friendly, then they've crossed over. And, you know, when we get more mature, we get a little older, we learn. And what's really happening, what's happened is, somebody's been saying bad things behind you. Let me just look. We're okay, I can carry on walking. So, you know, somebody's been saying bad things behind your back, or talking about you, or, you know, saying you're a bad person and you're this and you're that. And I can remember one day, like I said, I've been no angel, and I was bullied at school, so that's how I grew up. You know, I grew up not liking bullies. And a lot of other things. I forgot where I was now with this tricycle. So basically, oh, hold on, okay. Hello? I'll try and remember where I was. My phone keeps coming on low storage. I've deleted all my videos, keeps coming on low storage. So this phone's basically, it's not as good as it should be. So that's how I'm forgetting. Right, that's how I'm forgetting, because I keep getting this message coming on screen, low storage. So I don't know what's wrong with this. Got somebody else coming now. So, where were I? I'll have to listen to the video and carry it on. Right, I think our bullies. So basically, you know, you got where, I've remembered where I was. I was having my hair done one day. So I was having my hair cut, and it were a woman that came out to the house. And she came out to the house. It wasn't my house she came to, it was a friend's house. And I were having my hair cut with this woman. And, you know, she said something to me, she went, oh, she says, I didn't know you were a bad boy. I thought, well, neither did I. And she got funny after that. She was always really funny. And I took a really dislike to this woman. And I got to tell this hairdresser, this haircutter, she was that type of woman that liked to gossip. And I thought, well, you know, I don't really understand you. I've never really done anything bad to you. I've always been nice to you, you know, you always get your money. We always phone you up. There's about 3 on us that phone you up. You come to house and you get paid. And then you're going off tickle tackling. And I actually do know who actually told this to this hairdresser, because there were only one. I never knew who this hairdresser was actually. I didn't know the lady. And she got basically introduced to us by one person. And that one person was a good friend of hers. But you see, when you've got a big mouth, you know, you just can't help yourself, can you? Oh, she says, I didn't know you were a bad boy. I thought, well, you know, I'm actually not. I'm quite a good person to know. I'm not, I'm not perfect, but I'm not a bad boy. And, not as I see it anyway. And then she was same. She was same. She started being funny. And then when you started to chat to her, normally like I'm chatting to you, you could see she'd got this. Now, I'm actually sure the person what chatted to her probably said a lot of bad things, and that's what you're really up against. So we've gone to murderers to basically, I may have got lost a little bit here, but people in general. So, like I said, in England, I am sure now there is a serial killer murdering people. And I were online yesterday, and I've been watching affiliate marketing for years. I've got plans when I get back home. I'm skint, ain't got no money when I get back home, but I've got plans, things I want to do. I know what type of job I'm going to do. I hope it looks like dogs are running on here, look. They've come to see what I'm up to. So that's what they do. Where are you going? Number 2. Look, they just carry on running. They'll run back. When them dogs come out to other barangay and they start to bark, they'll run back this way. If there's a lorry as well coming. So hopefully they don't run near lorry. Right, forgot where I am again. So I went online yesterday, didn't know what to look for, just kept looking at affiliate marketing, looking at lots of things like I normally have been doing for the last 10 years. And, thinking about my YouTube channel, I need to get I need to sort my monetization out so I get paid. I'm monetized, but I can't get paid, which is a pain in the arse, because we're on such a low budget. Black Panther in England, she's here, look. One of them's here, that's it, they're off. Don't you run into me. Right, so Black Panther, I know about this guy a long time back. This is a murderer, killer in England. I'm not going to chat about him for long, but Black Panther in England, he were really a bad guy. He were a nasty, evil guy. He were doing post offices, and he were basically not getting any money, but he were killing and shooting. And I watched a full documentary about him as well. Is here, that lorry? I watched a full documentary about him as well. Oi, come on! There's a lorry coming. Don't know why they're so giddy, these dogs. I think we're feeding them too much. They're off, look. Right, I'll chat about it in a moment. Hello! Hey! Another one. I think there's another motorbike coming. Right guys, so I'm sure some of you will remember the Black Panther. I can remember the Black Panther, Yorkshire Ripper, the Fox, and it's like someone's learning to ride a motorbike. Right, so we have had our fair share of nasty evil killers in the UK. So I watched this, I was watching it yesterday on YouTube, and it was Black Panther, and I'm not going to chat too much about him. Donald Nielsen, Donald Nappy's real name, and fitness fanatic. And what happened with him is he was murdering and he was shooting and killing a lot of people in post offices in England. And he didn't get no money. You know, he shot him dead and then he did a runner. And he did a really, really bad thing. He kidnapped a girl, a young heiress, millionairess. So this heiress, Leslie Wickle, he kidnapped her and basically she got hung. But I'll not go into it. You can always go and watch video. But you know, like I said, tape around head, you know, and that's what Joveline used to be scared on, you know. She used to walk in Miglet Road when she went home late at night. And I said, you should have got a tricycle, but they don't have money for a tricycle. I said, well, people what you work for should set a tricycle on. You know, you're working for them, and you've only got like, what, half a mile to walk. But that half a mile, you can actually, you know, you can easily be murdered, can't you? And there is actually streets here in Bacolod where the ambush. So there might be a car or a motorbike coming down this road at night, and some of them were acting as though they were police and they were stopping people, and then they were robbing them, and that were quite common here in Bacolod, you know. And there's been quite a few murders. There's another murder now in Bacolod, and it's a guy just chucked outside a rubbish dump. You know, odd people dumped in sugarcane, and I thought, you know, the people don't think like me and you. Normal people, they just don't think like me and you. You know, they just go out looking for it, don't they? They plan it, it's all planned, and they go out and they look for it. They look for somebody to murder. They look for a woman that's alone. They look for a woman, work it out. You just can't trust anyone, can you? You know, it's as simple as that, really. Anyway, I don't know if I've got lost in this video. I've always got something on my mind. So, and there's always music, and if I hear that music, I think, well, copyright. So, I think we're okay. So, have a great day. Take care. God bless. Happy weekend. Murders here in the Philippines. Murders in England. And I'm sure England's going to get really, really bad. And all I can say to you guys is, take England back. Right, take it back. And a few of you have actually commented saying it's hate speech. It's our country. We're not hate speeching. It's our country, and it's the invaders that actually hate us. So work that one out. Have a great day. Happy weekend. We're on a Saturday. Hopefully I can upload this video. My videos have been uploading very, very slowly. It's been taking 2 or 3 days for a short video to upload. So I think this video is going to be like into Monday, because we're on Saturday. So I think Monday, Tuesday, this video will probably upload, hopefully. Right, and make a comment. Please like, please subscribe, please share the video, make a comment, please help support in the way of $1. Gloria, thank you very much. I think you sent me a message and I actually went on to your message, but because internet here is so bad, I kept losing my internet, then it come back on, then I kept losing it, come back on. Lee, I was chatting to Lee, I kept losing my internet, and it were on and off, on and off. So it is a really bad internet here, guys. So, you know, if I have actually tried. If you do message me, I do try to get back to you, but it's not always possible because it's just a bad internet. Simple as that. Have a great day. Before I go, I'll just mention this, and I got this guy. He keeps coming on, and an hater. You've got it, an hateful person. And he keeps making these hateful comments like haters do. And actually, he thinks everyone can see his comments, but they cannot, because I've made it so. YouTube's made it so. So you know, and I've seen a few of his comments, but they're not coming up. So I'm sure he's going to either have to change his name, and he's going to have to, to get back onto YouTube to make comments, because as it is, your messages are not coming out. And your messages are so immature, and I can see you're like a nasty little bitch or a man. You know, I would say you're definitely a man. So you're like she's hit the logs. She's learning to ride a motorbike. Right. So, they're like little bitchy comments, and I think, you know, just little bitchy, nasty, silly little comments, but they're really like pathetic little comments. And, listen, I won't respond to that type of comment. I just don't got time, and if I don't delete you, I'll just put you on a block where your message can't be seen. You'll still be sending your message, but no one will see it, and I won't respond to it because I thought, wow, I can see this person is like a really bitchy type of person, like a really immature type of a person, and keep making your comments. You really are wasting your time. And I'll do things when I'm good and ready, so you can make your silly comments. Anyway, like I said, don't listen to fools. And if people are talking about you, it's not your business. So, so long as you know and so long as you're wise, you know so, and it's as simple as that, really. Have a beautiful day here in the Philippines. Sounds like we've got to church and a little music. Jovelyn's been washing. Phyllis, come on.